I wanted to watch this though. I lost my job to AI because this video will not get out my recommended, and I'm really hoping that if I watch it, it leaves my recommended.
Hello. I don't know if anyone does live commentaries anymore where they talk about something that's happened in their life and the background is, gameplay. But that's what this is today. So, something a bit different.
Pyro, can we please have Petscop 2? You've been edging too long.
But the topic of discussion is that I just lost my job. And I lost it to AI, which is very unfortunate. I think...
What a way to explain that you've lost your job and you do it through a Halo commentary video. Crazy.
Skibidi got mentioned in national TV equals no views, also fell off.
Could you... we get Petscop 2? Been edging. The video's quiet. Is it? I'm turning it up a bit.
Many people joke about the fact that, oh, AI is going to take all our...
It's so weird to think though, like, this guy lost his job. Obviously that sucks. Like, that's not even funny. But like the way that he's communicating it through a Halo video, like stuff like this would just be impossible 10 years ago. And the fact that it's now like a way, because I'm not making fun of it. I think it's just really interesting that you could actually just play a video game and then talk about how something really bad's happened. Like, I remember how people have done like COD commentary videos. I remember when people have done like COD commentary videos where they talk about, like they lost like a pet or a family member or something. And it's just interesting, like people use that as a way to communicate. Darkwood 2 when? Probably 2 months from now, because the animation's taken a while. Thank you, Jahi, for the £23. 23 euros, appreciate it.
Our jobs, and we're all going to get replaced, and especially within my industry, which is graphic design. My job, I've been a graphic designer for the past 8 years of my life. And I've worked at this specific company for 6 years.
That's so rough. I knew they'd come for graphic designers first because that's the job that AI can just yoink so easily. It's so dystopian how films call this. Like, do you remember, like, in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory film, I think it was the Tim Burton one, where it was like one of Charlie's family members got unemployed because he put like the screws on top of toothpaste at the toothpaste factory, and then they found a robot to replace him and do the job faster and more efficiently, and he basically just had his job stolen. Like, robots have been yoinking jobs and like manual labor for years, but now like you can actually do it through tech with AI.
You would think that being one of the longest running employees, being there 6 years, having a wage increase almost every year and being very much valued because I
also think it's interesting because I think you're going to see a huge spike of YouTubers that come along in the next 3 years that are just going to use like ChatGPT and stuff for their essays. Like no meme. Like the long form review videos that I do, like the Cry of Fear, the Far Cry and the Darkwood, I feel that there is going to be an absolute swarm of people that start doing that kind of content now. I mean, there's already people doing it and they do an amazing job. Like Darkwood, for example, there's been a couple of people that have done video essays that are very lengthy and they've done an amazing job to the point that I've watched it and been like, damn, what do I actually add here? Because you've killed it. But I genuinely believe you're going to have people that just start using ChatGPT for like video essays and stuff. Just to cheat it. I mean, there's already tech that does similar stuff, like on Premiere, I think. When you do like a podcast is like the easiest way to earn money because you're literally just talking about, you're gossiping for an hour and then you fill it with 3 sponsors. That's why everyone has a podcast now. But even with then, like in Premiere, you've got the ability to use AI in the program to remove all the dead air, to chop it out. Obviously, it still gets stuff wrong, but it cuts out so much manual labor from like cutting and splicing, like the boring stuff as an editor.
The only graphic designer left.
ChatGPT sort of repeats the same thing every paragraph. That's why I rarely use it. Don't admit you use it in chat, bro. Don't admit that you use it in chat. Jesus. Don't do that, bro. Your teacher's going to find you, man. It's over. But yeah, I mean, it does repeat itself, but it's learning to become better. Like newer and newer models are coming out like so often.
You'd think they want to keep me on as much as possible. I mean, I barely was allowed to take holiday because I was the only designer. So if I was off, then nobody could cover for me, and the company ended up with work stacking up. However, over the past 3 months, I'd say, I've noticed that my schedule at the company became like less and less cluttered, and it got to the point where I was getting paid for a 7-hour and 30-minute day, and some days only doing 2 hours of work, which obviously was great for me. I loved it. Got up at 9 o'clock because it was work from home as well. I'd do 2 hours of work and I'd have nothing left to do for the rest of the day. Maybe some revisions / amends would come in at like 3 or 4 o'clock. I'd do those for 20-30 minutes, and that'd be my day. I'd essentially do between 2 and 3 hours of work and get paid for 7.5. It was great for like 3 or 4 months. And then
yeah, so by the sounds of it, he was like, they started introducing AI models into the work, but he was still, because the company was so big, I'm guessing, he was still being paid for the same amount of hours he was doing, but given less to work with. So then I imagine like financial would have eventually found it and been like, why is this guy being paid so much? Let's just let him go. Even though like it's an error on our part and he's been working here 7 years. It is scary to think as well, like even though this guy would have built up so much loyalty with the company working there for like the best part of a decade, just nothing. That's like me being bumped off on YouTube because it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we found this like AI voice of you. You can basically do what you do anyway, so it's fine. It's scary to think that it's gonna steal so many jobs. You're gonna have AI YouTubers. I mean, you've got VTubers, but I wouldn't say VTubers are the same. VTubers is just like, it's still a human, right? It's just like an avatar. It's just not really showing their face. Yeah, I wouldn't say VTubers is the same as AI. But yeah, you're gonna, I mean, you already have it, don't you? It's like, you know, you go onto these like movie recapped videos where it's like, welcome back to Movie Recapped. Today we're talking about the film where a man kills a woman. Watch out and take care. And I've noticed that you would get some like ESL guy in a third world country, like paid nothing by some guy living in America to like write out the script of a film, get sent it, get paid like $10, literally nothing for his time. But now what I've noticed with those like movie recap things that you see on TikTok, they're using AI to explain the film and they do such a terrible job at it. Like the AI will almost get stun locked with itself and it will start going on like weird tangents and stuff. It's crazy. Thank you, Grunty, for the 2 months. I hate you. Thank you.
Then, yeah, on Monday...
AI can't replace personality. I don't know, man. I mean, it's getting better and better.
I got my degree in graphic design and had an interview for a gig in Australia today. This is my biggest fear.
This is your biggest fear? Yeah, you almost think like the government would step in. Well, they won't. But you almost think the government...
ChatGPT is good. I mean, look at all these jokes it make for you, Pyrocynical, because he can't resist a snack.
Is that a ChatGPT joke? That sucks.
Neil the snacker, always caught munching.
Why a fat joke with ChatGPT?
Pyro fry cal. Pyro loves his fried foods.
That's crazy. You're getting timed out. That's crazy. ChatGPT fat joke, really? Crazy. I mean, there's other stuff that does AI as well, not just ChatGPT. But yeah, you say you can't replace personality. A good example is the guy that voiced Darth Vader. I forget his name. He voiced the dad in Lion King as well. But he's retired now. And he's donated his voice to Disney. So they're just going to keep using him for Darth Vader like forever. I mean, he's consented to it. But, you know, like, he's still going to be there for like generations after he's dead. James L. Jones, that's right. James L. Jones.
This week, I got told that I'm being made redundant, and I was thinking, how could this be possible?
Like, even in the job I do, like, it's YouTube, right? You think, like, how can someone take your job? You know, it's not like I mean, YouTube is a very competitive market because the barrier for entry is so low. But how can someone take your job? Because YouTube content is usually so personality based. But still, you just think, like, where's it going to be, like, 10, 15 years from now? Like all this tech.
You clearly need a graphic designer. The company I work at is a marketing agency who does email and web designs for clients. And yeah, I was a bit confused on that one. And then I did a bit of digging, asked a few people, and it turns out basically all of the material that I've provided over the past 6 years is now being fed to AI and templated.
Yep.
So a design...
I think that's the biggest reason why people hate AI so much, like AI art, because it's not like it's something original. It's using already existing images to build a database. And I know I've seen some people cope and make the argument that's like, oh, well, every artist learns how to draw from like another artist. You know, you're inspired by everyone around you. That's why like so many people have similar art styles in certain communities.
Here's the money I was gonna spend on my Tinder date tonight.
$10 for me for the Tinder date. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give AI A fat fetish pyro is cooked. I'm pretty sure that already exists. I've seen AI like fat art. I've seen it, and it all sucks. Like it actually sucks. Like I'll be honest, if AI reached I said this in the podcast episode yesterday. If AI reached the point that I wouldn't want to commission art of it anymore, the economy would tank, bro. It would tank.
And that would take me.
Thankfully, we're not there. We're not there. You got to support. You got to support you small artists.
30 minutes. Now it takes AI 30 seconds. As it's been trained on all my templates. Essentially, I think it just literally reuses my templates, and then they can input the hex codes they want the email or the website design to be, drag and drop in the client's logo, upload.
And the worst thing is as well, this is so efficient. Like, not from his perspective, but from the company head's perspective. All they've done is like save time and save money. Like, why did they not do this sooner? And because companies are so disconnected now, the people who made this decision probably didn't even meet this guy in person. They're just like, yeah, we're going to yoink. And I bet you, he might explain it later in the video, but I reckon as well, like, there was probably something in his contract when he signed on that we can actually do this and it's totally fine. Because they've basically just stolen his work and reproduced it everywhere. If you can read this, say, Sloppity Riz Giat, you have Giat to be rizzing me. Also, can you search up Shane C. Turkey?
Load the client's font and boom, it will generate...
Is that the guy who did the content cop video?
My template for using their brand assets. And I thought, no.
You're forgetting Quebblecop? Oh, that was so short-lived, though. I almost think the Quebblecop stuff, like, in retrospect, was more, it was more like a bit of a stunt, like a ploy to like, garner attention. I don't know. But that AI was awful, yeah.
It makes sense from a business point.
I gotta look that up now, actually. I gotta look up the Quebblecop AI. You reminded me. So look.
Point of view, but it's extremely scummy. It puts me out of a job. My immediate thought was, well, let's go to some competitor companies and see if they're looking for designers. I've looked at between 10 and 15 competitors, and every single other competitor is doing the exact same thing. Some of them even...
I swear companies will trial this, right? They'll be like, ooh, can we get away with AI? Wait, we did? Okay, this is good. And then everyone tries to copy. It's like, do you remember when all the companies would rebrand their logos and stuff? Like Balenciaga and Gucci... No, not Gucci and Louis. A lot of high-end brands changed their logo and made it more simplistic. They do that because they all copy each other. Because even though you're a big company that makes millions or billions, you still get very insecure.
Boasting about it on their website and going as far as simply inputting your website URL, it will extract all the assets and learn about that website and then artificially generate email and web templates for your brand. That is insane.
On TikTok and on YouTube now, you actually have the option to declare if a video has AI generated content in it. I don't know what it does. It might suppress the video. I have no idea. But again, like, you could just lie and say that it doesn't.
Like, email and web designers are going to be completely out of jobs this year. Like,
yeah,
it just removes the need for us completely. And I think the graphic design industry is where most people cracked jokes.
When I got my merch website designed, I got it designed by a guy, and it looks so good. I love how it turned out. Wait, hang on, actually. Is the merch store open right now, or is it still shut? Hang on. It's still shut at the minute. Okay. But, yeah, when it was open, if you guys have seen it, I commissioned this one furry guy, and it, like he just did such a good job with it. But, you know, like so many... I can imagine so many YouTubers that would just end up using, like, AI to basically replace, pretty much, like do an entire website for them. Because it's cheaper.
About AI taking over, you know, oh, AI generation can't do it. It messes up
while playing Minecraft. Anywho, I've been watching since I was 12 to 13. I turn 21 next week. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Joe, for the 20. Did you turn 21? Dude, you're so old. That sucks. Go home to your family.
Hands, or it gets things wrong and it clearly looks like AI. But those days are past us. Like, AI progresses incredibly fast, and I've used some of it myself to see if it actually works. And I've asked some people, like, you know, hey, here's this drawing I did as a content. It's
also scary how fast technology is going to advance, right? Because we've now reached the point where AI is not just being used by, like, you know, the higher people in society, like it is just publicly available to everyone to certain degrees. Because I think we're... What did they say?
As much as I am told I shouldn't worry, the thought of it still scares me as a self-employed artist. It's a shame too, considering there isn't much jobs for graphic designs in South Africa, so I try my best to provide it the best boober.
What kind of art do you do? Is it traditional? Is it like digital? Is it graphic design? I mean, I've seen like AI generated art, and at the minute with AI generated art, okay, so I'm a degenerate. I commission a lot of art. I've got an eye for it. I can always tell when art is AI, always. But do you remember that model got released of some of the AI footage? You know, the spaceman with the red hat, and he was outside like on the moon, and how that was an AI generated video. Like, obviously they pre-picked like the best looking videos, but it's still scary how like realistic that looked.
Concept for like a video game.
Thank you, Appy Sketch, for the 10.
Character or a weapon or an environment, and they can't tell that it's AI anymore. It's progressed so far that I genuinely think within the next 6 to 12 months, many, like thousands, even tens of thousands of graphic designers will lose their jobs. And it's a serious problem because it's the main skill I have. You know, I've been a graphic designer professionally since I was 9.
Answer your phone. Yeah, it was just Ada calling me. I told her I'm streaming. I'm too busy making money.
I'm now 27, about to turn 28. So
he's 27? Oh shit. I'll be honest, by hearing this guy's voice, I thought he was going to be like 35 or something. So he's actually my age. It's over for me.
Almost 10 years of my life.
Dude, I wanted to go into medicine to be like a GP. Like, I was too stupid for it, but like, if I managed to get into that in an alternate reality, would AI replace that? Because a GP, like a general practitioner, they basically just diagnose you with stuff, right? Like, they're kind of a jack of all trades thing. Like, they know a little bit about everything, but they're not like a professional in any certain field. Oh my god. Have you guys seen that film, Idiocracy? You know when he goes into the room and he's like, he doesn't know what's wrong with him? And he has to press a button on how he's feeling. Like, does your head hurt? Does your back hurt? It's going to be like that in 20 years, bro.
I went to college for this.
If I went into my GP and saw you...
Pyro, are you still going ahead with the shipwrecked video? I've watched the VODs like 5 times and I really want to see your deep take on it.
After Darkwood, yes. If I went into my GP and saw you, I would just deal with whatever
Dolan
issues I have
dropped a
myself.
diss track at you. Are you going to make one back at Dolan?
Back at Dolan? Oh, I might do. I might cook something up against Dolan. That could be a good one, actually.
You're going to tell me that I literally went to college for something that's now going to be redundant in the industry? What am I supposed to do? Like, my fallback...
And the worst thing is as well, he would have trained for this his whole life as well, right? To be a graphic designer. It's not even like there's an alternative. It's like, just go to uni again, bro. Maybe be a chef or something. My name is Chef.
Plan is literally a retail job, which I obviously don't want to do.
Yeah.
I have minor experience.
I don't blame him. Working in retail is hell.
Ah yes, the man who's commissioned thousands of dollars worth of art of fat fucking dogs farting.
Okay, it's not dogs, bro. You're making it out. It's not dogs, bro.
In all honesty, I would be more surprised if you couldn't.
It's not dogs. Okay, time out for that one.
Yo, Pyro, do you know about the one guy who won a Pink Floyd contest with an AI video? There was so many good videos that were submitted, but a stupid AI-generated video won.
Let me show you guys that. So Pink Floyd did like an art competition. And was this the one that won? No. This wasn't the one that won. Is it? Is this the one that won? This just looks trippy. Okay, this is obviously AI art. Oh, wow. Oh, no, this is AI. Yeah, it's just all... It's the DALL-E or whatever they used. Thing is, if you've shown this to someone from like the year 2000, they'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing. But then you realize that there is actually just minimal effort. It's just typing words. Damn. Yeah, that's just like peak. Imagine working for months on an animation that you poured your heart and soul into just to lose to a guy that typed planets and guitars into an AI prompt. April Fools came 361 days early. I think that's one reason why people hate AI so much as well, because it just like, it is less effort. You know how you, okay, a good example here. You know how you get people like in the gym and stuff, and because this is my philosophy, right? I'm a philosopher now. I feel like anything you do in life that gives you short-term gratification has long-term consequences. If you drink, you feel good, but then you get hangover, you feel bad. Or, you know, if you smoke, you feel good, the nicotine, and then you crave it, that's bad. You do weed, you get psychosis and get put in the mental ward, but we're not talking about that. The only difference is like working out, because I feel like when you go to the gym and you work out, you feel so good after, your endorphins are pumping, but you still need to work out. You've got to put effort in. It's not like an immediate release, and it's hard to work out. Sometimes you don't feel it, sometimes you don't want to. But this is almost like the only comparison I can think of is like, this is like taking a drug that would instantly give you a chiseled body and a six-pack. And I'm not talking about like people that get put on gear, like Chris Hemsworth when they do like, you know, Avengers roles and stuff like Thor. It's just cheating. It's a fast pass.
Hello, small British streamer. I've been watching you for a while and wanted to say keep up the good work.
Thank you, Deda, for the 30. Appreciate it. People like see someone that's ripped and they've got muscles and they respect it, not because of the body. They don't care about the body. They care about like, okay, you're someone that clearly you put a lot of dedication in. Like you in your spare time, you understand that fun is not legal. You don't eat junk food. You don't drink. You work out a lot. You've put that dedication in and it's shown in your body. But then, but if anyone could have like a Kino body, if anyone could have like a ripped physique, no one would give a shit. No one would. That's why when you walk down the street and you see someone that's shredded, you kind of do a double take and it's like, oh, that wow, you're shredded. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Are you gay? You might be gay. I'm not gay. But you see what I mean? How it's just, you know, like because you know that so few people are willing to put that amount. That's why like when you see art, it's like, oh my God, that's amazing. I might commission that person. But AIR is just it's the same as like these streamers you get in China, right? How they're all like on the streets in their phone, like on TikTok. When everyone can do something, it just becomes like superficial. I'm sure that's the wrong word, but it just becomes useless when everyone can do it.
Pyro, do you enjoy when the Federal Reserve prints money and devalues the dollar? This phenomenon is known as inflation.
I do like inflation, yeah.
Experience in game design, but nothing that will land me a middleweight job. I'd have to get an entry-level job
you
and take a
free mop head yellow, 14 inches diameter head ass hair.
Shut up.
Pay cut of probably £4,000 to £6,000 a year. It's an incredibly difficult position to be in. I have a house, I have a mortgage to pay, I have bills. I thought I was financially stable.
God, he's got his life sorted out more than me. I still live with my parents. I don't even have a car. This guy has his life sorted out more than me. I'm just a man-child. Zachary, thank you for the 2. I'm at my wit's end. Where is fear and hunger? I haven't even started that yet, bro.
So I have a couple of things on finance because obviously I thought I had money coming in every month. And the redundancy pay I'll get will cover me for maybe 3 to 4 months.
I worked out and then honestly I don't think I have endorphins. Adrenaline rushes are goated though. That's why I rob liquor stores for exercise.
You know, that's why people rob from stores, because not because they do it because they need the money. They actually do it because of the rush they get. That happened to Winona Ryder. Do you remember that meme where like they put Winona Ryder's face outside a shopping mall because she was like robbing the place constantly? Because she kept robbing it because she got like a high off it. I
cannot do furry inflation the way I do furry inflation.
True.
Out of money. So I have 3 to 4 months to figure out my situation, which luckily is a decent amount of time.
You ever going to play Liza P? Probably not. Thank you for the 2. Thank you, Dranov, for the 7 months.
But other people won't be so fortunate. The only reason I get a good redundancy package is because I was there for 6 years, right?
I'm hoping as well, because this guy's video has gone very viral. Like, it's just under 1 million views. And he's only got 19k subs. So I'm really hoping that someone's actually picked him up. Oh, here we go. I've replied to over 2,500 comments. Jeez. There's so many more. I just wanted to say thank you for 500k viewers and counting on this. I never thought I'd get 100,000. Dude, you know what'd be the best? You know what'd be the dream scenario? If this is his launching point and he actually manages to get a full-time YouTube career off this. I don't know if he'd care. I don't know if he'd care at all. But yeah, look, he was getting like less than 1,000 views. And now he's like, he's probably getting a healthy view boost, right? Where was the lost my job one? This is a 2-week-old video. There it is. I lost my job to AI. Oh yeah, look, he wasn't even breaking 1,000 views, and now he's consistently getting over 1,000 views a video. That's great. So he's actually got like a career start off that. Damn, he's really been like, he's actually been doing like daily upload Andy. So he's actually jumped on the opportunity. I respect it. I respect the grind. That's good.
Some people who have only been at a company for 1 or 2 years will not get a good redundancy package. It will be 1 month's wages and they send you on your way. And that's how it works in the UK. I don't know how it works in other countries. It could be worse. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not stressing too much right now because obviously I'm good for a few months. I can look for jobs. And I do know that obviously if I absolutely have to, I can land myself some kind of retail or warehouse or sales like entry-level job, and I'll have enough money to survive. However, this like growth...
My brain is so rotten. He's talking about like getting enough money to survive, and because he's playing Halo, just immediately the image came into my head of the Halo Reach objective that said survive.
Of AI in the industry is gonna completely destroy like my hopes and dreams of becoming a senior or like creative lead at a company, having my own juniors underneath me, apprentices, stuff like that.
It's apparently so hard to get into graphic design now, and it's also apparently very hard to get into game design because there's so much AI being used now as tools. Apparently Valve, I heard, I don't know how true this is, Valve is one of the hardest companies to get into, to the point that like they reach out to you, you don't reach out to them. They only hire like veterans from other companies.
Hey Pyro, what would you do if Dolan was eating an ice cream in his bunny girl outfit and a bit dribbled down his hairy chest and he was like, "Boots," and then he scooped it up with his finger and clocked it in his mouth and pulled it out slowly?
I'd touch him. Thank you, Max. The 2. I just finished. Thank you. You finished what? You finished... What did you finish, Max? What did you finish, bro? Let me know.
Like, that is my realistic goal. Obviously, my unrealistic goal is to run my own company or do YouTube or something like that.
Yeah, he just said do YouTube. So he would do YouTube full time. Like, it's an opportunity.
But my realistic goal with the skill I have would be a senior/lead design position. And it seems like that's less and less likely to happen now because of the rise of AI.
Currently in college, finishing my art A level, and art is a real concern at the moment. People can theoretically hand in AI for their final grade, which is really scary.
They can hand in AI art? Surely not. Surely not. They can't hand in AI art for their final grade. You think they'd check though, right? I swear I've seen AI art so much though, and it all looks the same. I've never once been tricked by AI art. Images in real life, I have been. I have actually been tricked. I've been bamboozled. But never AI art. Like, never.
I understand it from a company's perspective. I spoke to my boss.
Someone in chat said ChatGPT surgeons. You know, you got those surgery machines they bought in the past like 5 years that like actually do the up for them. The little like claw hands. They just use ChatGPT. Remove kidney. Just like kills them.
About it. I very much understand his point of view. And letting people go isn't easy, but...
AI art is way too detailed. Nah, it's always the hands that give it away. They're cleaning up on that quickly, but initially hands. AI is so bad at doing hands. That's why you always see artists do hand studies, because hands are like so difficult to draw.
Look, if you can let go of a couple designers and you save yourself tens of thousands a year, I do understand it from a business point of view, but it just sucks that this technology exists. So
you think the government would step in or something, right? Like because companies won't ever control themselves. They need the government to step in.
Hey Pyro, how much money do you waste on your degenerate commissions? You could get AI to make it free.
You could get AI to make it free. There's no point though. Like if I use, this is why I'd never use AI art, right? Because if I could use AI art to get whatever commission I want, it's not personalized. I get that's half the reason that you get the art, because it's almost like your little degenerate NFT. Like, oh, it's mine, and no one else's. It is unique to me. But then if you use like AI art, you could get someone else that puts in the exact same prompts and they'd get the same thing, and it just ruins it. It's pointless.
Yeah.
That is really autistic. I know how autistic that sounds, but if you get it, you get it.
It's my current situation. It's not great. The past 40 to 50 days have been terrible for me. I've lost my job. I had a secondary side business with my friend selling little plush toys. He's pulled out of that, so that business might not happen anymore either. And then my video game, which was like a third-person Halo game called Cross Planet, is also no longer in
your haircut reminds me of Peter from Ultimate Spider-Man.
Thank you.
Production because of disagreements and conflicts.
He said he's working on a game. I also feel really bad for him. I think gaming market is like one of the most saturated markets at the minute. Remember that woman that like when she released her game, and it got like bumped down on Steam because EA released like 12 DLCs for an old game at the same time, and then she cried about it and went viral on TikTok.
Within the team, a couple staff members didn't agree with things, couldn't align and have a clear vision, so the project is ending.
But I know so many YouTubers that are working on video games right now, like competitive shooters, and it's like this is not the one. This is not the one. Like you could make it as good as you can, but it's such a saturated market.
After 3.5 years.
And then if it does, like BattleBit, right? Like BattleBit, is it BattleBit Remastered? The one that beat Battlefield 2042 for a little bit? Even that, like that game's dead now.
So
they don't last long.
My whole schedule, as I know it, has been torn from me. I have 24 hours in a day, and absolutely 0 of them are allocated to something. I'm just completely free. Like, you know, some may see it as a good opportunity to change my life around and dive into something new, but that's dangerous and quite scary.
Can you explain why you commission NSFW art? Because I do no understand. I commission regular art for my profile pics, but I don't understand that reasoning behind NSFW.
Why'd you commission...
I know I said I'd leave but wanted to say this. I'm a master's student, not in art, but I have friends who are and they TA for some classes. There is actually software being developed to detect AI art and it actually works well.
Good. Yeah. Because like I'll be honest, like if you want to be like a surgeon, use ChatGPT on your essay, and then you somehow pass, and then you're in the operating room with like a scalpel and you fuck it up because you got no experience because you lied and used ChatGPT. That's on the school. But art is different. Why do you commission NSFW art? You should not be watching this stream if you have to ask that. You shouldn't even.
My boss told me that if he thinks that I would be happiest if I freelanced or if I ran my own business. Obviously, those things are true, but like I said, I have a mortgage to pay and bills and stuff like that.
There's people who have developed software that basically encrypts your art against AI. So when AI tries to use your art, it fucks up the final image. Okay, that's good. But it's always going to be an arms race, though, isn't it? It's going to be like, you know, they're going to get better at encrypting. They're going to get better at decrypting. It's just always going to be like an arms race thing.
That and freelance is not...
Like, why have we not heard anything from the government about, like, being like, okay, this is really bad. We're actually going to have an epidemic of jobs being lost. Like, they're being so quiet about it. I don't know about in America, but in the UK, there's basically been, like, very little acknowledgement on it.
Sustainable for some people. You might...
That's for newer art. All the older art pieces are still accessible. Yeah. That's kind of like, that's why all the 2D drawn AI art, it all looks the same.
Have 2 months where you're extremely successful, and then you could have 5 where for some reason you just struggle to sell. In that situation, I would quite literally lose my house.
Check Bughouse out. It went viral recently. What's Bughouse? Bughouse chess? What?
So it's an extremely scary thing to dive into. I don't think any of my family would recommend trying to use my redundancy pay to keep me alive and start my own business. It's just it's not the ideal
I know what he means though, because it's like, you know, you're 27. That's not young anymore. Oh God, saying that out loud hurt. Ooh, hang on. Okay. Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, there's still time. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, if you have your whole life uprooted at like 27, and then you've got to start like a whole business and stuff. Jesus, because I think to myself, like, I'm financially stable, but like without YouTube, like, what would I want to do? I could make money, but would I be happy? That's like one of the reasons that I still try to push YouTube as much as I can. It's like what Mr. Beast said. It's like he's going to keep doing it until, like, he dies.
Hey, Pyro, what would you do if Dolan was bent over? His bunghole exposed, all wet and sloppy. He then looks at you and says, Neil, I want you. I need you. What would you do, Pyro? If it helps, we can use Colossal or Leon, if that's what you're into more.
Dolan made that dono, by the way. He ticked it as Anon.
Situation is the last thing that I'd try and do. So, yeah, that's it. There's the live com for today. That's the situation I'm in. Does leave me with a lot of time to do YouTube. I think what I'll probably do is maybe take, take a week or two to myself, and then after that, I'm going to be heavily looking for another position and see how it goes. So maybe over the next 2 weeks, we'll see more YouTube videos or something. But the chances of YouTube turning into something that actually brings in money is very unlikely. I do make a bit of revenue.
Bughouse by Distrate Studios. This better not be porn, dude. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to bookmark it. I'm not doing that today, but I'm going to bookmark it.
From YouTube, but it's nothing really. Somewhere in the region of £20 to £40 a month, which is absolutely not enough to even pay my food, never mind to pay my mortgage. My YouTube channel is nowhere big enough. It's just the money that I get from YouTube is enough to buy myself like a nice pair of shoes at the end of the month, or I don't know, it pays for something like a bit of food, or maybe if something needs repairing, or I want a new game.
Yeah, just the smallest amount of disposable income.
Yeah, it's rough. So hopefully May and June, prove to be more positive. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, and goodbye. If you're a graphic designer watching this as well, man, I highly recommend learning some new skills while you can. And don't ever template things. Don't provide the company you work for the templates. Claim your work takes longer than it does, so that you can have time to yourself to look into other...
I've noticed it as well when I commission artists. They're so scared of having their work shared everywhere. They're so scared. They almost want you to sign NDAs and stuff, because they just think it's going to be put into an AI template, just shared around. AI, thank you, man, for the 5. AI has made my job unbearable because they expect us to use it to crank out even more work now. Get good pay, but I don't enjoy it, unfortunately. Yeah, because they just think it's because it's they'll treat the AI like AI, but then they start treating the workers like AI.
Funny? Not funny, haha, but funny weird. My college is now making us use AI to teach us how to code.
How to code? Yeah, I remember. I never did coding, but I remember mates that took coding, and they just said it was actual hell. That's because the work you commission is illegal in some countries. How is fat art illegal? Is there a country that's against fat? Never go to that country. That country sucks.
Hey Pyro, when are you going to play Indigo Park?
I'm doing it this stream.
Jobs, maybe. Do whatever you can and rinse the company you work for, because You know, at the end of the day, companies don't owe.
There's countries that ban all forms of online porn.
The
Are
government
you doing a
won't care
bit?
because it's graphic art, and I mean that in the kindest way possible. They didn't really give a shit about AI until people started using it to deepfake government entities.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't impact them, they don't care.
I remember that always being the biggest concern, and it's like, that. Who cares? Like, we're going to sniff that out straight away.
Owe you anything. They're not obligated to keep you. If they find a way to get rid of you and replace
South Korea. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember there was like a fat artist on Twitter, and he was like from South Korea, and he had to private all of his accounts and stuff because he was worried that he was going to go to jail. Because apparently that's some weird law. But yeah, guys, if you can, drop this guy a sub. Nade straight. It'd be really nice if he could hit 20k subs by the end of this stream. I think that'd be dope. Definitely drop him a sub. Because that'd be sick if his dream actually came true of like being a YouTuber. I think that'd be really, really cool. Seems like a nice guy. My age as well, like holy, it's over for me.